Didn't fix my camera after the stream yesterday, so everything's a little slanted, I'm realizing. I have a coin that goes under the camera and it fell. I'm sure it's fine. Hello, everyone. This is progress update number 30 for the Hot Housewives Tarot, which is wild. As of this moment, we have what? Uh, yeah, 45 cards done. There's 15 in each base suit. We have 45 cards done. The deck is like 99 cards. So we're almost to the halfway point, actually, which is pretty cool. um, but Amy has been really sidelined by me asking her to do all these other things. So I noted last week that Amy wouldn't have baseball cards to show us this week, but here we are in this week, and I feel bad because it's on my list of what I'm supposed to share today. But instead, I have been putting in the work to be like, hey, what is the deluxe tier? What was the all-in tier that people paid $120 for? During the campaign, I shared ideas for what it could include, but I never actually finalized anything. So let's take a look at what it's becoming, because I need to know sooner than later on account of I'm going to be offering these things on the Oracle Dice project, which launches in less than a month. So let's think about it. Sorry, I'm a little sick sounding and feeling. Um, yeah, so I mocked up the tray. I placed out tarot cards on my desk and was trying to figure out what shape or combination would make sense for a tray. Um, and you know what I really found was that there's no easy way to lay out tarot cards to be a dining tray. Um, just not really in any way. My first thought was, what if it was five across? That'd be cool. It'd be like how you read the normal tarot. It would be like draw a poker hand, see how it works out. And I'm like, that could work. But just doing four cards across, even if you really, really like trim all the margins there, it's still like already a foot. And I was like, yeah, okay, we can't we can't go any bigger than a foot across for this tray. It's supposed to be like a dinner tray. Um, so what I came up with was this four across, two below thing, and I actually really liked the concept for reading spreads with this deck, because this deck deals with radiation, and so I really like the idea of cards being at the bottom as underlying cards or things that are waiting to emerge. The way that radiation seeps into the ground and toxic waste affects what's above it. So I really, really like that idea. I did briefly consider doing like one card sideways with two standing cards under it, and then the other side with a card underneath. But this just feels a little cleaner to me. So it's what I've gone with. Um, as you can see from the image, it's intended to split in half. Um, Originally, my idea was like, what if it split in half or if it folded? And I was like, gosh, adding hinges seems complex. Maybe it's not that bad. But my idea right now is removable tabs that can slide into slots, and then you push the tray together. That way, the only reason this needs to split is because of the box. I have been racking my brain over how the deluxe edition box will work with a diner tray, because I could drop the dinner tray, right? I could just get rid of it. This thing is maybe more trouble than it's worth, but it's something that I think is really unique and makes the deluxe edition really special. So, trying my best. I need it to come into pieces in the box, because then it would be roughly 6 wide by 8 tall, and that can fit in a box. A foot wide and 8 tall is I thought about what the box would look like, and I did not like it. Like, it could be a normal size box with like one section that's really tall at the back, and I'm like, that looks so dumb, and shipping it will be frustrating, because you immediately means that the box you ship in has to be at least a foot in one dimension. It's not my favorite. So the dinner tray is a go. We're doing it. It also is going to come with 8 magnets that have signifying words on them, like um, past, present, future, of course. What are the other ones that I had? Hold on. There was one that was like the buried. Uh, Here we go. The position, the obstacle, the influence, the underlying, the waiting, the infection, the history. All of these would be things where you would basically take the. Why would it do that? Don't be like that. Help. My keyboard and mouse are really broken. I can't afford to replace them. um, what was I even saying? The magnets. The magnets are meant to be signifiers. So they are going to be parts of readings you can do that are 6-card readings that are going to be in the guidebook. And the idea would be you set the divination tray down, you put cards in those positions, you put the magnets on them to signify what they are. And then there will be like little wire feet that come with the tray that you can then set the tray upright. So you could leave it on your shelf or on your counter, on your dresser, on your altar, whatever, and it would like hold up the tarot reading for you. You also, of course, could ignore the dinner tray as much as you want and just like put them on your fridge or any metallic surface with these magnets. But yeah, the idea for me is that these magnets should reflect the main signifying words and pieces of divination spreads that you do with the Hot Housewives Tarot. Obviously, because we're making the deck as we go, and the only version of it that I have at the moment is this, which is just white blank cards with some text on them to tell me what card they are. I don't have divination spreads for this deck yet, really. I've been doing like 3, 4, or 5 card spreads for people who get monthly readings. But that's all I've really done. So I think it's time for me to start exploring what different spreads mean for this deck, which is a whole din darn thing, let me tell you. Goodness gracious. What else goes in the deluxe? I'm already at 7 minutes. I'm so sorry. I've been rambling. So I have sent this design to a manufacturer. I'm waiting to hear back on if they're willing to even produce it or what the cost will be. If not, I have to think about like what a hinged version would mean or might cost, or I don't know. So I don't even know what this will cost yet. I have no concept, but I'm working on it. I'm doing my best. But it's definitely going to be in the deluxe edition. We're doing the dinner tray. I have decided that's true. What else goes in the deluxe box? Because this is the deluxe box and not the deluxe tin, that's a good sign, hopefully, that I'm not doing a tin for the entire box. However, the tin is staying. I'm going to do a tin that is just for the deck. Because the biggest thing I thought about was like, if I do a tin that's the whole deluxe edition, the deck is just in there. And it's either loose, just wiggling around, and that's terrible, or it's like in a plastic inset, and I don't really want that. I think that cheapens the tin. So my plan is to make a tin that goes sideways, and you put the deck sideways into the top, and then there's a lid that goes on that's tall that goes over it. So it's kind of like a recipe box, in that when you take the top off the tin, the deck will be sticking out, so you can see it and easily pull it out. I think that'll be really cool. My current idea is that the design that we were going to use for the tarot cloth, especially the one with the logo, I would like to use on the tin and have the logo right here on the sides, and otherwise have that pink and the eye pattern. I think that'd be really cool. And then for the tarot cloth, I'm thinking about adjusting it into being like a diner menu, because that was an original idea I had and I like it a lot. So we might do something like that. Still deciding. It's all up in the air. We might just design something new for the tin. I'm not sure yet. But there will be a tin for the box. It will be side loading and have a tall lid. Period. um, let's see. And then, yeah, of course, there'll be the cloth, which either will be the design we have now without the logo on it, or it'll be something new. Not sure. And then there's the Oracle dice set, which I've already shared in a previous update. You can go check those. And then I was fiddling with enamel pins, but I'm not sure if enamel pins or patches would be more correct or exciting for this. I think patches would be more correct for like the theme of this project, but I've never done patches, so I'm a little hesitant. But I would do it. I would do it for you. So yeah, that means the all-in tier that people paid 124 on here will include the tarot deck, the guidebook, of course. That's a $60 value. There'll be the divination cloth, the dice set, the deck tin, the art prints, the enamel pins or patches, and the divination tray plus magnet set. This is roughly a $165 value. I'll be offering it for 150. I have now decided, which means that those of you who got it here for 120 got a $30 discount, which is really awesome. Because I actually thought I was going to price the deluxe edition at $120, and I was going to have to like give you guys like a discount on your shipping to make up for it or something. But now that I've set what's going in the box, I've already given you a discount, which is great. Because I promised that $120 would be like a discount value here. And then I didn't actually realize that it might not be in the end, but it will be. So I'd love for you guys to vote in the comments for me whether you'd like pins or patches for the $120 all-in tier. I think it'd be really cool if I did both, but I don't think that I can reasonably do both financially, especially with the tariff situation. Everything that I thought I had planned decently well for, especially projects like this where I've already received the money and we haven't yet gone to manufacturing. Now things are going to cost like 50% more to manufacture than they were. And I did not, I have some slush money, like a little bit, but I don't have enough to cover that. So we're keeping things as tight as possible. And yeah, otherwise, vote on whether you like pins or patches and what you would like. I was playing with a pin design a couple days ago. I'm showing it here. I think it's really fun and it could go in like a box with this deck, but I don't know that it matches the feel of the project all that much. So I don't know. And what would you even want pins or patches to be? Like details from the cards, just general aesthetic things that fit with the deck's themes? I don't know. Next week, hopefully, we'll be looking at Suda baseball stuff. It's possible that we won't. I might just show you deck packaging instead because I have to get that all locked in sooner than later. So I will see you soon. Let me know. Pins or patches? Pins or patches? All right. Talk soon. Bye bye.